Hi everyone, this is Alexi, a second year PA student from Quinnipiac and also a yoga teacher. Hello and nice to kind of virtually meet all of you guys. Um, I have just recorded a meditation for you guys to listen to if you'd like, and then I'm also going to do about a 30-minute yoga video here right now. So, just like I said before, you can grab any kind of props or things that you'd like to use. So, of course, you might need a yoga mat, but if you don't have a yoga mat, you can just lay out like a beach towel or a bath towel just to give you some traction for your hands and feet. And I won't use any other props today in case no one has anything else. But so just finding a comfortable area to practice in. Make sure you have enough room with your arms and legs if they, go up flying or something. And just more of a quiet area that you might not be as disrupted in. And so, yeah, we'll just do a 30-minute flow here. So I'm going to be demoing as I'm talking. So if you don't really understand what I'm saying exactly, you can just look at me on the screen and I'll try to explain it as best as I can. Uh, but yeah, so we'll get started. So once you're all ready, we're going to all take a seat on our mat together. So I'm just going to come back here. And so just starting in a comfortable cross-legged seat, so you're crossing your shins just like Indian style and resting your hands on your thighs or your knees. Sit up nice and tall through your spine. And then just for a couple moments here, we're just going to close the eyes and take this moment just to settle into our pose here. So take a deep breath in through your nose. And then exhale that out of the mouth. And again, deep inhale. Exhale out of your mouth. Good. And then just drop your chin down towards your chest a little bit. Keep the eyes closed. And we're just going to take this moment here to set an intention for our practice today. So an intention can really be anything, but what I typically invite students to think about is what's something positive that you want to invite in for the rest of your day, or maybe you want to dedicate these movements to someone that you really care about or that you're thinking about. So anything positive, just think about that here. And then with that in mind, we're going to seal that in with one full breath. So take a deep inhale through your nose. And then exhale it out of the mouth. Good. And then as you're ready, you're just going to blink your eyes back open. And then we're going to stay seated here. So as you inhale, we're just going to reach the arms all the way up and overhead. Take a big stretch. Look up towards your palms. And then as you exhale, we're just going to bring the right fingertips down on the mat next to us. Walk those fingertips out and take a little side stretch here. So we're reaching our left hand over to the right. So we feel that side stretch on our left side there. And you're still going to keep breathing throughout this whole time. So deep inhale. When you exhale, you're going to sit back up through center. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up and overhead. Again, look up towards those palms. And then as you exhale, left fingertips are going to come down to your side. You're going to walk them out and then lean over to your left. So your right arm is reaching overhead. You're taking that side stretch and feeling the whole right side of the body open up there. Take another inhale. And then exhale, come back through center. And now we're going to inhale, reach those arms up high again. And then as we exhale, we're going to take a twist over to our right. So you're twisting towards the right. Your right hand is back behind you and your left hand is on your right knee. You're going to sit up tall as you breathe in. And then exhale, twist, and look over that right shoulder if you can. So as we breathe in, we're lengthening our spine. And then as we exhale, keep twisting. And then we're slowly going to come back through center. Inhale, reach your arms up high again. And then as you exhale, we're going to twist over to the left now. So our left hand is back behind us. We're sitting up tall, and then our right hand is on that left knee. Big breath in as you sit up nice and tall. And then exhale, twisting and looking over that left shoulder if you can. Take one more breath there. Inhale. And then exhale it out. Good. And then come back through center again. Inhale, reach up, look up. And then this time as you exhale, we're just going to fold all the way forward, reaching through our fingertips, letting our head and neck hang nice and heavy there. And then just take a gentle sway from side to side with your upper body. So when you do that, you'll feel a nice stretch through your back, through your hips and legs. So just staying there for another moment. Good. And then you're going to walk the hands back in so you're just sitting up nice and tall again. And then we'll slowly start to make our way onto all fours, coming into what we call tabletop position. So you're on your hands and knees, and your shoulders are stacked right over your wrists, and then your hips are over your knees there. Your toes are untucked behind you, and then your fingertips are spread nice and wide on the mat here. And so as we're in tabletop, think about also pulling your stomach up and in, so we're using the strength of our core muscles to keep us steady here. And then we're just going to move the spine a little bit around in something called cat and cow. So as we inhale, we're going to drop our belly, lift our chest and our tailbone, lift your gaze if you want. And then as you exhale, you're going to press the floor away, round your upper back towards the ceiling, and pull your chin in towards your chest. So you feel your upper back really stretching open here. And we're going to move with the breath here. So as you inhale, again, drop your belly, lift your tailbone and your chest, lift your gaze. And then again, as you exhale, round the spine, pull your chin in towards your chest. Good. A few more like that. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest and tailbone and the gaze. As you exhale, round like a cat, curling the spine, chin into your chest. So one more like that. Inhale, send your chest forward. And then exhale, rounding like a cat. Good. And then come back to a neutral tabletop here. And so now what we're going to do is just reach our right arm all the way up towards the sky. Look up towards that top hand. And then when you exhale, you're going to bring that arm underneath, thread it underneath you, and bring your right cheek to the mat here. And so you can stay here, or you can bring your left fingertips all the way up the mat if that feels okay. So this is a nice shoulder stretch here. And so as we keep breathing, our tailbone is still lifted up towards the sky. We're pressing down through the left hand, staying with our breath. Good, and then as you're ready, if you moved your left hand, bring it back to so that it's next to your face. Press into that left hand. Reach your right arm back up towards the sky. And then exhale, lower that hand down. So now we're back in tabletop again. And then as you inhale, reach your left arm up. And then as you exhale, thread the arm underneath. Bring your left cheek to the mat. And then you can stay there, or again, walk the right fingertips up to get a deeper stretch into your shoulders. So You should feel your upper back strengthening and lengthening here. Tailbone stays lifted, staying with your breath. And then you're going to bring your right hand back towards your face if you moved it. Press into that hand to lift you up. Inhale, left arm reaching. And then exhale, lower it back down. So now we're back in our tabletop. And then just kind of wag your hips from side to side, just stretching into the hips a little bit more. Good. And then as you're ready here, what we're going to do is curl our toes back behind us, and then we're going to start to lift up the knees and draw our hips up and back, and now we're coming into our first downward facing dog. And so as we come into down dog, what I like to say to do is kind of bend through opposite knees. So you're just kind of inviting movement into your back body. So as you bend one knee, the other leg straightens and the heel drops down. And each time you do that, you should feel your calf muscles and your hamstrings really stretching there, so it feels really good. So just slowly moving from side to side with the legs like that. And then once you feel like you've had enough with that, then just start to find some stillness in your downward facing dog. So just so that you are focusing in on your posture here, hands are still spread wide, our arms are nice and long, and then we're pressing our chest back towards our feet. And we can bend the knees here and then think about pushing your tailbone up towards the sky, and that keeps your back nice and long there. So we're going to hold this for one more breath in, and then exhale out, and then inhale. Start to look forward towards your hands, bend your knees, and then slowly try to walk all the way up the mat to meet your hands. So now we're coming into a forward fold at the top of our mat there. You're going to bring your hands to your shins and then push into your shins to flatten your spine, look forward, halfway lift. And then as you exhale, you're going to forward fold over your legs. And so we're going to do that 2 more times. So inhale, press your hands into your shins, lengthen your spine halfway, look forward. And then as you exhale, again, fold over your legs. And then one more time, inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale to forward fold. And so now from here, you're just going to widen your feet a little bit more so they're closer to the edges of your mat or a towel. Bend your knees and then grab each elbow and kind of let your body hang forward. So this is called ragdoll pose. And it's meant so that your upper body kind of relaxes there. You can sway from side to side. You can shake your head out yes or shake it no, getting all of the tension out of your neck. And then as you're ready, you can release your elbows down, bring your hands back down, and then draw your feet back together so your big toes are touching or almost touching. Hands to your shins again, halfway lift. And then exhale, fold over your legs. Now keep the bend in your knees there, and then start to slowly roll up the spine, one vertebrae at a time. And then let your shoulders and your head and neck be the last thing to come up. And as they come up, stand up nice and tall there. And take a couple of shoulder rolls, moving all the way down and around, just loosening the chest and the upper back. And then as you're ready, palms face forward, arms are down, and you're standing up nice and tall, really engaging through the muscles of your legs, your arms, your back, everything. And then we'll bring the hands to our heart. And then as you're ready, take a deep breath in. And then reach your arms all the way up high. Look up towards your palms. And then as you exhale, start to hinge at your hips. And we're going to fold forward nice and slow. Inhale, hands to your shins again, halfway lift with the spine. And then as you exhale this time, we're going to drop our hands down. See if you can step back into a high plank pose. So shoulders are over your wrist. And for this one here, we're going to drop our knees down. Slowly with control, you're going to lower yourself down, kind of like you're doing a push-up, but your arms stay close to your body, and then we lower all the way down on the mat. So now our toes are untucked, our hands are still near our body, and we're hugging our elbows in, and then press your feet into the mat. Lift your chest up like this, coming into what we call cobra pose. And then exhale, lower your chest back down. Curl the toes back behind you. Press back onto your knees. And then you can come back into downward facing dog. And if downward dog feels like too much for you, what you can do is bring your knees down and then untuck your toes. And arms are forward, forehead on the mat. And this is what we call child's pose. So this is our resting pose that we can always come back to at any point. So either here you can stay, or again, we'll all meet back in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out of the mouth. And then as you're ready, look forward, bend your knees again. And then see if you can take one big step up to meet your hands. Hands to your shins again, halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach up all the way overhead. Look up towards your palms. And then exhaling, hands back to heart center. Good, so that's called a sun salutation. So we'll take one or two more of those, we'll see. So inhale, reach back up, look up. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. Inhale, hands to your shins, flat spine, look forward. As you exhale, hands plant. We're going to step back to our high plank pose. And then lower your knees down, and then lower your chest down. Keep hugging your elbows in towards your body. Lower down onto the mat. Tops of your feet press down, hug your elbows in. Inhale, lift open through your chest. Exhale, bring the chest back down, curl the toes. So option to press right back to down dog or back on your knees first, and then down dog or child's pose. So we're going to stay here for 2 full breaths. Good, and then inhale, look forward again, bend your knees. Maybe try and step with the opposite foot this time forward first, and then coming to forward fold. Inhaling, hands to your shins, halfway lift again. Exhale as you fold. And then inhale, rise up, arms overhead. Exhaling, hands come back to heart. Good. And then inhale, reach up. Exhaling as you fold. Inhaling, halfway lift, long spine there. This time as you exhale, plant your hands, and we're just going to step the left foot back and drop our back knee down. So we're coming into a lunge here. So we're going to reach the arms. Actually, let's just interlace the hands and press them on top of that right thigh first. So our back toes are untucked, and then we're pressing our palms into our leg, lifting open the chest. So we're engaging our core here to keep ourselves lifted. And just relax your gaze at something forward in front of you. Now, if you want, you can reach the arms up and overhead here. Maybe sink a little bit down into your hips a bit more if that feels okay. And then as you're reaching your arms up, maybe see if you can draw your shoulders down your back. Take a full breath in and exhale it out. And one more breath here, inhale. As you exhale, let's bring our hands down onto the mat there. So now we're gonna shift our hips back, walk the hands back a little bit too, and our right toes are lifted. We're coming into a half split here. So as you breathe in, try and lift open through your spine again. And then as you exhale, try to fold over your right leg any degree here. So you should feel a nice stretch through the back of that right leg. And just breathe into that. So inhaling, exhale out, and then one more inhale, and exhale out. Good, and now we're gonna bend back into that right knee, hands back to frame the right foot. Tuck your back toes under, so we're lifting off the back leg, and then our left hand's gonna come down, and our right arm's gonna reach up, so we're coming into a twist here. So every breath in, keep pressing through the foot, reach the spine long, and then exhale, keep opening up through the top arm. Maybe you take the gaze up if you can. Take one more breath there. And then exhale, circle that right hand back down. We'll step our feet back into our high plank pose, and then just lift the hips up and back to come into downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and exhale it out. Now inhale, look forward again, bend your knees. As you exhale, take a step up back to the top of your mat. Inhaling, halfway lift, flat spine, and then exhale as you fold. Inhaling, reaching up, arms overhead, palms pressing, and then exhale, hands come back to heart. Good, so now the other side. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift, lengthen the back. As you exhale, hands come back down. Step your right foot back this time, and then we're gonna drop the back knee down, untuck your toes, and then as you're ready, interlace your fingers, and then press them on top of your left thigh. So again, we're lifting open through our chest, finding our breath again, settling into our hip opener here. And then if you're ready and you want to, you can reach the arms up overhead if you did it on the other side. And so as you reach through your fingertips, draw your shoulders down your back. Maybe you can sink a little bit more forward into your hips if that feels good. So let's take one more breath here. Inhale through your nose. Exhale it out. And then we're going to bring our hands back down onto the mat. Shift your hips back. So now our left foot pops off the mat, so just the heel is on there. And then our hands are still underneath our shoulders. Inhale, press your spine long, look forward. And then as you exhale, to any degree, try to fold over that left leg. So again, you feel that stretch through the hamstring there, the back side of your leg. Breathing there. One more full breath in. And exhale it out. And then you're slowly gonna come back into that lunge. Place your hands back to frame that left foot. Curl the back toes under. So now we're back into a low lunge. And then our right hand is gonna plant on the mat. And then our left arm reaches up. So we're back into a twist here. So again, pressing back through that right leg so it's nice and strong and activated. And then try to twist open, maybe look up towards that top hand. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, bring the hand back down. Step back to your high plank pose. And then we're gonna lift the hips up and back again for downward facing dog. And then everyone here, take a deep breath in through your nose. And then open your mouth, let it go. Good. And then we're all gonna bring our knees down nice and wide. Big toes come to touch behind you. And then we're all gonna come into our child's pose for rest here. So arms out forward, spread through your fingers. And then if it feels comfortable, let your forehead rest on the mat here. So like I said before, child's pose is your resting pose. So just allow the body to melt into the mat. Feel the hips start to loosen up there. Feel the arms down on your mat, just resting. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And then exhale out of your mouth. Good, and then you can start to look forward. We're gonna slowly come back up, and then however you'd like, you can cross your legs down, and then we're just going to take a few seated postures here. So let's draw our left leg out long, and then your right foot is to the inside of that left leg. You're sitting up nice and tall through your spine, and then you're going to reach your arms up nice and high, deep breath in. And then as you exhale, try to hinge through your hips, folding over that left leg. So maybe your hands only rest on your thigh or your shin, and that's okay. If you can reach for the foot, go for that. And then you're going to let your upper body just kind of hang over that leg. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, try to fold a little bit deeper. And then slowly we'll come back up. And then we'll switch sides. So our right leg is long now. Our left foot is to the inside of that right thigh. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, reach your arms up. And then as you exhale, we're going to fold forward. And so grabbing again wherever you can on your leg, your foot, or even the ground. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, let the upper body fold over that leg. Take one more breath. Exhale out. Good. And then slowly come back up. And now we're just going to bring the soles of our feet together. Knees are open wide. And grab somewhere on your ankles or your shins. Take a deep breath in, sit up nice and tall. And then as you exhale, you're going to bend at your elbows and just kind of pull yourself down and forward. So it's a nice stretch for the hips again and the legs. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. And then one more there. Inhale. And exhale out. Good. And then we'll come back up. And so now we're going to start to prepare for one of our last postures here. So come down back on your mat or your towel so you make sure you have enough room when you lay down. You're going to bend your knees here, sit up tall, take a deep breath in. Maybe you reach your arms out.
And then slowly with control, see if you can use the strength of your belly to begin to bring yourself all the way down on your mat. And then when you come all the way down, you're going to hug your knees into your chest and just kind of give yourself a little rock from side to side on your back there. So it should feel really good, like a nice little massage. Good. And then all we're going to do here is just start to lower your legs all the way down on your mat. Legs are nice and wide, arms are down by your sides, palms facing up. And we're going to close our eyes here. And if you haven't done yoga before, usually the last pose is something we call Shavasana, which means corpse pose. So we're kind of lying like a dead body, but the whole point of it is to just let your body kind of release everything that you've done. Allow yourself a minute or so just to listen to your breath again, to let the body and the mind become more still. So we won't be here for long, so I'll let you know when it's time to come back up. So just let's see if we can all take 5 deep breaths here. So just counting in your head to yourself. Big inhale, exhale. And that's 1, and let's do it a couple more times to ourselves. And then just start to bring maybe some gentle movements back into your body. So wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. And then you can reach your arms up and overhead. Take a big stretch just like you're waking up in the morning. And then you can hug your knees back into your chest there. Give yourself a little squeeze. And then with your eyes still closed, just roll over onto one side and then just start to come back up into your cross-legged seat pose. So keep the eyes closed if you can. Sit up nice and tall through your spine. And just remember how you felt before we just did this practice. So when you first sat down on your mat or your towel, maybe just notice if there's any kind of difference within your body, within your mind, sitting here now. And then I invite you all to bring your hands to your heart center, bowing your head towards your fingertips, and just taking this time here to honor your body, honor your breath, and honor this yoga practice. And maybe even thinking about that intention that you set in the beginning of class today. And bringing your thumbs to the space right in between your eyebrows. And the light within me bows and honors to the light within each of you. And together we say, Namaste. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions or comments for me, you can leave them on the Facebook video. And yeah, if you'd like to see more, let me know. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy. And yeah, see you later.